Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to the show. September 3rd, Wednesday, September 3rd. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm wearing a hat. I apologize. I didn't fall asleep until very, very late last night. I had something called a migrating itch. Don't know if anyone knows what that is. It happens every now and then where like you feel like this phantom itch that just keeps moving around. It's very weird. So I didn't fall asleep until like 3:30 or something like that. And so I knew it was going to happen. I was going to fall asleep and just kept hitting the snooze and I was late. So anyway, I'm here now.
Are you telling me that I'm going to have to start like screaming at you at random to wake you up, keep you awake?
Hey, no. I'm wide awake. I'm wide awake.
Coffee.
Wide awake with some announcements to make this morning. We got a follow up to a story that we actually broke here on the Ben Mulroney Show 2 weeks ago. We told you the story of a convicted ISIS terrorist, Canadian, who he was a sniper. Remember, he at first he had dreams of being a suicide bomber, and then I guess pivoted, you could call it, into being a sniper, Hussein Borhat. And we highlighted the fact that he was being held. Let me repeat it. He's a ISIS terrorist, convicted ISIS terrorist, and his punishment for picking up arms against Canada was he was being held at a minimum security facility, living in a townhouse with no fences. A townhouse. Most Canadians would kill to live in a townhouse. Borhat just had to want to kill Canadians to live in a townhouse. And it seems that shining a light on the story has led to change. And we're going to give you an important update off the top of our final hour. No matter what we do on this show, if we highlight an issue, if we try to take a critical eye to what we feel is an important issue, an important crisis facing this country, no matter how we do it, no matter how measured and level-headed we approach something, we are accused, I am accused, of being a rage baiter. And yesterday was no different. When we posited that Canadian home invasions are on par and have in fact surpassed the level of violence that people are encountering in their homes in the United States, I got a flurry of Twitter exchange. Well, I didn't exchange with them, but a flurry of issues from, well, let's see. Dr. Eleanor writes, Ben Mulroney, you nasty little rage baiter. Show me the real numbers. You can't because of how America crime stats are collected. This is false. Hope you're having a nice day, Dr. Eleanor. And here's what I want to focus on. This is a gentleman by the name of Terrence Wade. Terrence Wade, you get my attention this morning, Terrence Wade. Data source, I can't find any authoritative source that breaks out U.S. home invasions from burglary stats. Same for Canada. StatsCan does not break out home invasions from burglaries. In the absence of authoritative data, I'm calling, and he gives an emoji, let's just say BS on this one. I worked with his father. He would be suitably appalled, expecting to get blocked, of course. Terrence, first of all, I haven't blocked anyone in years. I am my father's son. I am my mother's son. We have the hide of a rhino, of a friggin' rhino. I don't block people because I'm not afraid of conversation. I don't block people because my feelings do not get hurt. I am impervious to any attack on my person. The crap that we dealt with living in Ottawa, the stuff I read about my family as a kid, trust me, this is fine. However, you said a few things. So we did get a few supportive comments, right? Hey, Ben, in the last 3 years, my parents' house has been broken into. My brother-in-law's parents' house has been broken into. My sister's car has been stolen from her driveway in broad daylight. We were victims of a home invasion in 2012. We still have PTSD from it. We are lucky to be alive. Criminal only got 22 months, but with time served, he was out in 4. We're going to get into the numbers in a second. But
can I jump in for a sec?
Yeah.
We didn't get a few messages like that.
Yeah.
We got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of messages of people talking about crime and how outraged they are.
So on one side, these are the communications I get. On one side, we have people like Terrence Wade, Dr. Eleanor, and a lot of other people saying nothing to see here. and suggesting anyone who takes issue with the status quo is a rage baiter, paid spokesperson for the Conservative Party. We'll get into that larger conversation at a later date. We'll get into this holier than thou. It's this weird Canadian thing that to not agree with the conventional orthodoxy of the Liberal Party of Canada, to suggest that they may have caused the problems that we're dealing with. And by the way, I didn't even say any of that yesterday. I was trying to say this is a problem and here is the proof and we need to get out of it. But just suggesting that, just to deign suggest that there is a party that put us in this position, that makes me somehow lesser than. So we're going to get into that in a minute. So that's one side of it. The other side are the very real Canadians who reach out to us and tell us that they have experienced something that we never saw on this scale in previous generations, ever. I don't need stats to back that up. I have actual people, actual Canadians getting in touch with me. So with all due respect, if we're comparing Canadians to Canadians on the issue of crime, I'm going to listen to the victims of crime more than I'm going to listen to a keyboard warrior who claims that because Americans and Canadians collect data differently, we can't compare the numbers. Here's what we can compare. Citizens in their homes where they should feel safe and people trying to get into that home. Those two things, those are analogous, whether you're on this side of the border or that. Okay, yeah, let's get into this. Okay, so yesterday we talked about the tragic home invasion where a man was killed in front of his daughter after she'd been held at gunpoint. What wasn't widely reported is, so that was at 12:53 a.m. on Sunday. At 2:20 a.m., another home invasion happened less than a kilometer away. There's video of the Ring doorbell of, I think, 3 people masked, of course, hoodies. One of them had a gun, and they tried to destroy the Ring doorbell. They got into the house, and it seems like the reason they left is because everybody was shouting and they had a dog. We don't know. This guy had a gun. Let's not forget the guy in the other one at 12:53 had a gun. Could they be the same person? Maybe. Which situation is worse? That there were 2 gangs of people running around the same neighborhood, going from house to house, or that there were 2 completely different gangs doing the exact same thing within minutes and meters of each other. I don't know which one's worse, but this is not a choice that we would have had to make just a few years ago. Let's listen to some of the audio, and we'll have the video for YouTube. And I warn you, this can be triggering. Yeah, I pray that doesn't happen to anybody else. Sadly, it's going to happen again. And we got that from our friend Not on Joe's Watch, his Instagram. Overall, 4 home invasions in 4 days, 2 in Markham, 2 in Vaughan. But sure, the data suggests that the numbers are going down. Okay, so the sources that I quoted yesterday, StatsCan and the FBI. You can do your own homework and look it up yourself. You probably won't, or you'll probably look at them and say, nothing to see here. Okay, breaking and entering rate in 2024, approximately 293 incidents per 100,000. That's what we quoted yesterday, marking true, an 11% drop from the previous year and a 32% decrease compared to a decade before. In the U.S., around 2.5 million burglaries occur yearly, with approximately 1.65 million classified as home invasions. As of 2022, the burglary rate in the United States stands at approximately 270 per 100,000. In the U.S., a substantial portion of burglaries are classified as home invasions, and the risk of encountering violence during these incidents is also higher. A different way to break it down, household victimization, burglary, home invasion, theft, vandalism, okay? Let's just look at it that way. More recent StatsCan numbers show about 5.9% of households reported a burglary in the past 5 years. That is higher than the United States, much higher. But to be fair, because they compare things differently, or they study things differently, the Canadians report property crime more, and the survey covers a longer period of time. But let's be clear, the very fact that we are having a conversation comparing Canadian violent crime to American, this never happened before. We used to wear it as a badge of honor that this country was the peaceful neighbor to the north. Things are not okay. And so, yeah, you can call me a rage baiter all you want. I've got the statistics to back it up. And I'll say one last thing to my friend, Terrence Wade, who claimed he worked with my father. I asked around, man. I know that you worked for a little while at the Ministry of Justice in 1993. My dad was in office until June of 1993. So I'm sure you have a picture of him where he took a picture with you and he signed it. I'm sure you cherish it, and thank you for your service to this country. But saying that you worked with my father is sort of like an Amazon driver saying he worked with Jeff Bezos. Okay? And I'm a Mulroney. I never speak for my father. So who the F are you to speak for my father? He would be appalled, indeed. He would be appalled that this country has fallen so precipitously into such a dangerous place. He would be appalled that so many good Canadians do not feel safe in their own homes. That's what he would be appalled at. Do not speak for my father. I do not speak for my father. And I will not block you because, unlike a lot of people, I enjoy debate. Thanks so much for watching the show. Now, if you enjoyed what you saw, hit that subscribe button so you never saying he worked with Jeff Bezos. Okay?